Hi Niles, how are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing today?
Yeah, not bad. I was just speaking to Peyton, and she was great, and she was saying on the set of this, everyone kind of had similarities to their own roles, and they kind of fell into the trappings of their own characters. I was wondering if that was the case for you as well. Did you find any kind of similarities and resonate with this character in any way?
Yeah, he's very confident in himself. And I feel like in this industry, I've had to, be confident in myself. So, yeah, his spirit and his belief in, you know, in himself, I feel like I really do relate to.
Yeah, because I guess was it quite on paper? Was it quite hard to relate to him in a sense that he's a royal? And I think maybe it's just something we have over here in the UK. But anyone in the royal family is almost seen as like an alien. Like they're not like they're a different type of person. But I guess you had to kind of find the human in a royal.
Yeah, so I think that's what's so great about this film because we have that royal aspect. However, we're second born, so I feel like we're even looking at our siblings like how you guys are looking at royalty to where they're alien like, and I feel like that's what Peyton deals with, with her sister. They aren't really the closest, and it's because of the levels to being a royal and how one may have to act. And so for me, I really connect with my character because he's a royal. However, since he's second born, he's really not even having to deal with that. One of the lines I say is Hakuna Matata, because his world was carefree, you know. So it was very easy to relate because I feel like I'm even looking at royals like, oh, they're uppity.
Yeah. Were you able to also relate on another level, which is when they're out in the kind of public, any royal is always there representing themselves, and they're
Yeah.
representing the kind of the royal family, and they've got, so to speak, a fan base. Now, of yourself, obviously, you've generated quite a following in your years acting, and when you're doing stuff for Disney, I guess do you relate to a point where you feel sometimes the pressure of having to not just represent yourself in a good light, but be a kind of ambassador for the projects and the brands that you're associated with?
Well, I honestly, I never try and think about that. All I can truly be is myself. And, you know, luckily myself has fit the brand's image, because, I'm not a person to where I can change who I am for, my everyday personality for a project or for a film. Obviously, I watch what I do. However, I was already doing that just because you like how you said you're going out and representing Disney. For me, I'm going out and I'm always representing the Fitch family, which is my mom, my dad, and my sister. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I've always lived by that. So personally, when transitioning into this Disney role and other projects I've gotten, I've never really thought about that. Because as long as I'm being true to who Niles Fitch is, then I should be good.
I know whenever people interview anyone in a superhero movie, they always ask them what their superhero power would be or superpower would be. But I was wondering, what do you think was, I don't know if it was the worst power of all the people in the secret society? Who do you think who got the short straw? Would you say?
Ooh, I'd say for sure the people who didn't get powers, because I feel like we had the coolest like if you didn't get powers in a movie, yo, that's tough because we got to train with the powers. We got to do a bunch of CGI with uh like a sphere ball and stuff like that. We got to do a bunch of cool stuff, and I got some great scenes with Charlie because of my power. So whoever got the person who got the short end of the stick was the people that weren't able to experience that moment.
And obviously, so many people will know you for your brilliant work in This Is Us, which is such a
Like,
fantastic TV series. Are you? I mean, it is one of those TV series. It just feels quite special when you watch it. You feel like it was a real something that's really going to last the test of time. Did you guys get a sense when making it, particularly in the first series, that you were sitting on something that was going to go down as well as it has done?
the crazy thing is no, and not even more, and even more for me because when I joined the show, I joined halfway through the first season. Only 3 episodes had come out, and I had joined as just a guest star for 1 episode. That's it. And then it turned into 3 episodes, and then it turned into recurring, and then it turned into series regular. So for me, not even did I think the show was going to be big. I didn't even think my role on the show was going to be big. So I'm not even thinking, oh, where's this show gonna go? Oh, this show's doing like I'm thinking, dang, I hope they bring me back. And here we are, 4 years later.
Yeah. And obviously
Yeah.
looking at your other stuff you've worked on, I was wondering, obviously you've worked with Denzel Washington. I was wondering about what you learned from working with someone like him. I mean, I've been lucky enough just to spend 5 minutes with him in an interview room, and I felt like I left a more knowledgeable person. So what was it like to actually collaborate with him?
Man, for me, I just wanted to talk to him. I was very nervous, and he made me feel like I was the only guy in the room before him and I taped. He talked to me about life, about where my head was at. He gave me advice about staying true to myself. But I just remember just being so in awe. Like, he probably gave me a lot of good advice, but I think half the time he was giving me advice, I was like, this is Denzel Washington giving me advice. Oh my God. So, but the main point she was saying was like, stay true to yourself. Because if you lose yourself, who are you? Especially in an industry where we're playing a bunch of different people. I feel like, I can portray a role even better when I know myself and I'm staying true to myself. Even referring back to your question about, when thinking about that representation, how I present myself, you know what I'm saying? It's still being to the point where I'm still staying true to who I am, so yeah, I'll never forget that day. That was so cool.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen him since. Like, I don't even think he goes out. I think like he shows up, he works, he wins his awards, and he's like, peace. I haven't seen him out since. But I want to really thank him for his kindness.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you'll get the chance to one day. Who knows?
Yeah, it'll be really cool. Hopefully he'll remember me. I had in the film, I got a pink eye the day before. So I had a big eye, but I was supposed to be an inmate, so it worked.
But I was wondering about, not whether you still get starstruck, but when you are on a set with people that you admire, not necessarily people that are famous, just people that you admire the work of, where does that admiration end and where does the kind of professionalism begin? In the sense that if you're doing a scene with someone, I guess you just have to block out all prior knowledge to that person, or sometimes can admiring someone's work actually help amplify your own work and help you in the scene?
Yeah, so I think there's a fine line, but once you get in the room with them, so it's like, okay, I look up to Denzel. Let's hope I can do this. Once I'm in the room with Denzel, first of all, Denzel is such a great an actor. Even if you're uncomfortable, you're gonna be comfortable because not only is he talking to you before the scene, I think that's probably why he did talk to me and make me speak to him, because it made me get out all my jitters. You know what I'm saying? So, actors in those positions, they have a different, they approach a scene differently, which gives me time to be able to, because I know they're gonna be good. It's on me. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's right where the admiration ends, because I need Denzel to like me. I need Denzel to think my performance was good. So I can't be too like Denzel that I'm not able to portray a character well. And obviously not Denzel and I, but once you get in the room with those people you look up to, those are your peers now. You know what I'm saying? Obviously not me and Denzel, but literally every other scenario except that one. So I think that's where it starts to go away, because you're comfortable on set. That's where we love doing that job. So once that camera says action, all those jitters go away, because hey, I'm supposed to be playing a character. So why would I be thinking about what Niles is thinking?
Yeah. So how's, obviously you mentioned about how you seem like you've got so much enthusiasm for your job and your craft, and I just wondered how the last few months have been for you, because obviously you're, as a creative person in this industry and at your age, I mean, projects come and go so quickly and everything's kind of so quick and fast paced, but this has been a kind of breather, hasn't it, for many people? So I just wondered how you've coped, because talking of superpowers, I thought to myself, it's not exactly a superpower, but I thought at the beginning of lockdown, I'm going to learn French and I'm going to learn the piano, and I've learned neither. And I was just wondering if you've had more luck. Yeah, I thought I'd learn the piano, but I haven't even brought a piano. So
oh dang,
that was the first mistake. I was just wondering how your lockdown's how it's been over there, and if you how you've managed to remain creative and energized.
So for me, I was doing college courses over the summer. and I'm going to college for film, so that kept me that kept me kind of motivated. And then I knew Secret Society was coming up, and I gained 26 pounds for the part, so I can't show up once the movie comes out and not be that. So, for me, it was really, trying to find my routine to stay creative, because I feel like in the first few weeks, me sleeping, me not, being able to work, me not being able to see friends or go out, like I became very complacent and lazy. And you got to you got to get through that. But I feel like that's literally what everybody's quarantine was, being able to get, past that. All right, I'm going to get myself up. Oh, I'm going to make myself go to sleep, So for me, when I wasn't getting my creative juices flowing, I hate saying that, and that's my second time saying that in an interview. When I wasn't getting my creative juices flowing, I transitioned it to focusing on myself, which really like encouraged me. And it really made me realize how much I love this industry, because when I didn't have it, that's all I could think about, and for me, that shows that I'm living in my truth, and hey, I must be doing something right if I miss it that much.
Yeah. Well, best of luck with the future and everything. And I think with your passion, I'm sure you'll go far. But thanks so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys.
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yeah.
Nice.
Hey!